Hello students, I am Anup sir and today I am going to discuss with you all multiplication of two matrices. So today I will tell you the rules that are to be checked before multiplication and then what will be the procedure of multiplying the two matrices. So let's start with this multiplication of matrices. Now in multiplication of matrices, they have given us for any two matrices A and B, the product AB exists only when, and then 3 points are given to you. Now let's see what are the 3 points that we have to follow to multiply to multiply the two matrices. Now the first they say you have to check number of columns in A, that means the number of columns in the first matrix must be equal to number of rows in B, that is the second matrix. You have to check number of columns in the first should be equal to number of rows in the second. Then after checking this, you will be writing order of the two matrices A and B. The two matrices that we are multiplying, we will be writing order of those two matrices. Now in this we have taken the example that matrix A is having the order m into n and matrix B is having the order n into p. So the product AB will be having the order of m into p. Just see over here. Matrix A was having the order m into n. Matrix B is having the order n into p. So the product AB will be having the order m into p. That means this number of rows of the first one and number of columns of the second one, this one. So this will make the order of the product. So this is how we get the order of the product. Then the third point says how to find the particular elements of the product. Now suppose we have to find the ijth element of AB. Now if you have to find the ijth element of the product, that will be equal to, you will write, now ij, you will write the ith row of A, that means of the first matrix, and the jth column of the second matrix. And then you will multiply the corresponding elements of these particular row and column and add them to get that particular element. So the 3 points you have to keep in mind. First of all, you have to check the rule whether the two matrices can be multiplied, and how to check it. Number of columns in A must be equal to number of rows in B. Then you should know how to write the order of the product. See, if the first matrix is having the order m into n and the second matrix is having the order n into p, so the product will be having the order m into p. Now, how to find the ijth element of the product? That is the third point. So, to find the ijth element of the product AB, you will multiply the ith row of the first matrix, that is of A, into jth column of the second matrix. Now multiplying a row and a column means multiplying the corresponding elements and adding them and adding their product. That is called the multiplication. Now let's see with the help of an example. In example, they have given you two matrices A and B. And now we have to find AB. As in the first part, you can see they have asked you to find AB. And in the second part, you have to find BA. Now for that, first of all, you will write the order of A and B. Now if we write the order of A and B here, so order of A is having 1, 2 rows, 1, 2, 3 columns. So you can say order of A is 2 cross 3. If we write order of B, it is having 3 rows and 2 columns. So order of B is 3 cross 2. Remember, whenever we are writing the order of a matrix, number of rows is written first and number of columns later. So we have written order of A and B. Now for multiplication, first point says you have to check whether the multiplication is possible or not. Check if multiplication AB is possible. Now for that, this rule, number of columns in A. So number of columns in A. Here, these are the number of columns in A, 3, must be equal to number of rows in B. So number of rows in B. So this is B, and you can see number of rows is 3. So hence multiplication is possible. Number of columns in A must be equal to number of rows in B. And as you can see, A is having 3 columns and B is having 3 rows. So they are equal. So we will say that multiplication is possible. Then the second point, we have to write the order of the product. Okay, we will write order of AB, that is the product, and then sketch of AB in terms of elements A, I, J. So see how to write the order. Now if this is A, then this must be M. If this is A, this must be M. And this is B, so this must be P. See here. A, number of rows, M, B, number of columns, P. So the order of AB is M into P. So M into P. So M is 2, P is 2. So we have got order of the product AB as 2 by 2. So using the second point, we have written order of AB as 2 into 2. Now we will write down the rough sketch of it. Now how to make the rough sketch? Now we are confirmed that product AB is having 2 rows and 2 columns. So if you make a rough sketch of it here, so you can write the rough sketch like this. A is having 2 rows, 2 columns. So 2 rows and 2 columns like this. So we can say it's having 1, 2, 3, 4 elements. So the product AB, 2 rows, 2 columns. So 2 rows, 2 columns. So it is having the 4 elements. Now let us write the order of each element. Now if you see this element, it is coming in the first row and first column. So order will be 1, 1. This element is coming in first row, first column. So its order will be 1, 1. The second element, this one, it's coming in the first row but the second column. So its order will be 1, 2. For this one, it's coming in the second row and the first column. So 2, 1. And this one is 2, 2. So we have written the order of the elements 1, 1, 1, 2, 2, 1, 2, 2. And now we can draw the rough sketch for the product AB. The first element A11, this. Second element A12, then A21 and A2. So we have written the sketch of it. Now in the third part, how to find the ijth terms of AB. Now let's see how we will find these elements. Now we need to find these 4 elements. First element, A11. Now how to find A11? Now this third point tells us how to find 1, 1 element of AB. See, this is 1, 1. So 1, 1 element of AB means first row of A multiplied by first column of B. It's clear? First row of A multiplied by first column of B. So we have written here first row of A, this one. This is the first row of A. Then we have to write first column of B. So this is B and this is the first column of B. 2, 3, 1. So 2, 3, 1. Now this is first row of, this is A11 means first row of A. And this is first column of B. First row of A and first column of B. Now you are going to multiply the corresponding elements and then add the product. Now 1 into 2. will give you 2. Second will be multiplied with second. So minus 2 into 3 will give you minus 6. Third will be multiplied with third one. So 1 into 1 will give you 1. So this gives you minus 3. So that's the first element of the product, A11. Now similarly we need to find A12. Now see, to find A12, A12 means first row of A. A12 means first row of A and second column of B. A12, this is the position of the element A12. A12 means first row of A and second column of B. Now this is the first row of A. 1 minus 2, 1. This. And the second column of B. Second column of B is 1, 2, 1. This is the second column. 1, 2, 1. So you will multiply the corresponding elements. 1 into 1. Then second will be multiplied with the second. So minus 4. Third will be multiplied with the third one. 1. So the result will be minus 2. So this we have got the second element. Now we need to get the third element, A21. Now for A21, means, see, 2 here, first number represents second column of A. So you are going to take second column of A, and here 1 means, second row of A and first column of B. This one, this row. 1, 2. 1, 2 means first row of this and this. So here we have to find A21. A21, this is 2, this is 1. So A21 means second row of A and 1 means first column of B. So we have taken second row of A and first column of B. You will multiply the corresponding elements. First will be multiplied with first. So 2 into 2, 4. 1 into 3, 3. 3 into 1, 3. The result is 10. Now in the same way you have to get A22. 2, 2 means second row of A and second column of B. A22 means second row of A and second column of B. So here we have taken second row of A. So this is the second row of A. And then we need second column of B. So this is the second column of B. Multiply the corresponding elements and add them, that will give you there. So we have got A11, A12, A21, A22. So substitute the values over here. Now A11, you can see A11 is minus 3. So A11 will be replaced with minus 3. A12 is minus 2. So A12 will be replaced with minus 2. Then A21 is 10. So A21 will be replaced with 10. And A22 is 7. So it will be replaced by 7. So here I have explained you multiplication in 3 steps. First I have explained you that you must check that whether the multiplication of the two matrices is possible or not. And how can it be done? You will check number of columns in A must be equal to number of columns in B. That is, number of columns in the first matrix must be equal to number of rows in the second matrix. After checking the multiplication rule, you will go for the rough sketch of the product. And how do we write the rough sketch? For that, first you need to write the order of the product. And the order of product is always MP. See here. If A is M into N, B is N into P, then order of AB will be always M into P. You will go for the order, and after getting the order, as we did in this one, A was 2 into 3, B was 3 into 2. So this is M for A and this is P for B. So its order is MP. So 2 cross 2. So we got order of 2, and then we will get the rough sketch of AB. So AB is having the 4 elements with the position A11, A12, A21, A22. Now A11, how to find A11 means first row of A and first column of B, and that will give you the result. A12 means first row of A and 2 means second column of B. When you are multiplying, you are going to take in order, like A11 means first row of A and then first column of B will be multiplied. A12 will mean first row of A and second column of B will be multiplied. A21, see here, A21. A21. Now A21 means second row of A. This is second row of A. 1. Here 1 indicates first column of B. The second row of, now A21 means second row of A and first column of B will be multiplied. So in this way we get the product. So just go through this once and you will know how to find A, B. Then in the second part we have to find B, A. Now we will practice for B, A. Okay, now coming to the second part, we have to find B, A. Now this part AB we have already done. Now we need to find B, A. Now when we are finding for the B, A, so now B will be the first matrix and A will be the second matrix. Second part you have to find B, A. So B is first and A is second now. Remember this point. B, A means B is first, A is second. Now we will have to check if multiplication B, A is possible. Now you will check if multiplication B, A is possible. Now here B is first and A is second. Now you will first of all go for this rule. Number of columns. Now this will become number of columns in B. Now B is the first matrix here. Now how many columns in B? This is B. B is having 2 columns. 1, 2. So number of columns in B, that is 2. It must be equal to number of rows in A. Now this is A second matrix and you have to check number of rows. So 1, 2. Hence multiplication B, A is possible. Now we have checked whether the multiplication is possible or not. Now this time we were having B, A. So B will be considered as the first matrix. So in the first matrix we check the number of columns. So in B we will check the number of columns, they are 2. And in the second matrix, that is A over here, we will check the number of rows, they are 2. Hence B, A is possible. Now you are going to write the order of B, A. You will write order of B, A, and then you will write the sketch of B, A in terms of its element A. Now see how to write the order of B, A. So first we will write B with its order. So B is having the order. Here you can see. What's the order of B? 3 by 2. Then you will write the order of A. What's the order of A? A is 2 cross 3. And now you will write order of product BA. Now remember, order of the product is always, now this here is M into N and this is N into P. And we know that order of BA is always M into P. So that means order of BA will be, now M is 3, P is 3, so 3 cross 3. This will be order of BA. So we have written order of the product BA. It's 3 into 3. Now you will draw the rough sketch of it. Now to draw the rough sketch, you need 3 rows and 3 columns. 1, 2. So we have got 3 rows, 3 columns. That means if you count altogether, there are 9 elements in it. And the position of the first element will be 1, 1, second will be 1, 2, third will be 1, 3. Then we have 2, 1, 2, 2, 2, 3. Then third row first column, third row second column, third row third column. So we have written the position of the elements accordingly, the row and the column in which they are appearing. So you will write the rough sketch of BA. So the rough sketch of BA will be like this. A11, so this we have written the rough sketch for BA, and now we need to find the elements of BA. Now BA is having altogether, as you can see, 9 elements. So one by one we are going to find these 9 elements. So let's see how we will find these 9 elements. So first of all, we will find A11. Now A11 means first row of B and first column of A. First row of B. Now as you can see, this is the first row of B, and then we need the first column of A. And they will be multiplied and the product will be added to get the first element. So the first element that we have got is 4. This is the first element. Is this clear to you? How you have got the first element? A11 means first row of B multiplied by first column of A. Now A12, what A12 will mean? Now see what A12 will mean. Now A12 will mean, 1 means over here first row of B and second column of A. Now remember here B is the first and A is the second. So A12 means first row of B. So we have got first row of B multiplied by second column of A. So this is the second column. When you multiply them, you get minus 4 plus 1. That is equal to minus 3. Now what A13 means? What A13 means? A13 means first row of B and third column of A. First row of B and third column of A. Third column is 1, 3. And now we will multiply the corresponding elements and add them. So first multiplied by first, 2. Second multiplied by second, 3. Adding them, you get 5. Is this clear? Now, see the next one. Next element is A21. Now what A21 will mean? A21. Now A21 will mean second row of A and second row of B and first column of A. Now this is the product BA. So anything taken will be from the first and the second member from the second. So here 2 means second row of B and 1 means first column of A. So 1 means second row of B into first column of A. Multiply and add. A22 means second row of B and second column of A. Second row of B and second column of A. Multiply corresponding elements, so minus 6 and plus 2, and when you add the product you get minus 4. Then what does A23 mean? A23. What does it mean? Now A23 means second row of B multiplied by third column of A. A23, this is 23, means second row of B multiplied by third column of A. So we have second row multiplied by third column of A. That is 9. So we have got the 6 elements here. Now A31 and A32. A31. Now what A31 means? Now remember, here we are finding the product BA. So B is the first matrix and A is the second. So A31 means third row of B. Third row of B, that is 1, 1, multiplied by first column of A, 1, 2. So that will give you 1, what does A32 means? A32, what does it mean? A32 means third row of B multiplied by second column of A. Third row of B multiplied by second column of A. And now what A3 means? Third row of B multiplied by third column of A. Multiply the corresponding and add them. This will be the result. So we have got all the 9 elements of the product AB. And now we need to write them to get the required matrix. So you will write these 9 elements in this sequence. A11, A12, A13 first of all. Now A11 is A11, A12, A13. So it is 4 minus 3, 5. Then we need this row A21, A22, A23. So it is 7 minus 4 and 9. Then we need this row. So we have got the product BA. So you try to do these two parts on your own now. Multiplication, we gave you two matrices A and B. In the first part we asked you to find AB, and then in the second part we asked you to find BA. So here I have shown you the 3 steps in which you will be doing. Later on, when you will come into practice of solving these questions, then you do not need to write all these. Just simply we need to check whether the multiplication is possible, and then we can do this directly. Instead of showing the calculations, you can do it orally also. But it's good if you show the calculations. So with practice, you will come to know how to do it without showing this calculation. But first, I would suggest you to show each and every step so that you may be known with the method of doing it. So remember, when we were finding AB, then A was the first matrix and B was the second. But when we were finding the second part BA, then B becomes the first matrix and A becomes the second matrix. So just go through these two parts, A and B, and I would suggest you to do these parts now on your own, these two parts, AB and BA. Now see, in this example number 2, we have been given two matrices M and N. And the question says we have to find first of all product Mn, and in the second case we have to find the product Nn. Now when we have to find product M into N, so first of all we will check the rule that the number of, so we are writing M and N. So we have to check number of column in the first. Now you see in the first matrix M, number of columns are 2. That must be equal to number of rows in N, and in N number of rows are 2. So the rule says, the first rule says that the number of column in the first must be equal to number of rows in the second. So you can see in M there are 2 columns and in N there are 2 rows. So the condition for multiplication is satisfied here. So we can get the product Mn. Now we have written on the left side M with its order 1 cross 2 and N with the order 2 cross 2. And we know by the rule that the product will be having the order M into P. See the first line that we have written here. We have written M, the first matrix order is taken as M into N. the second matrix order is taken n into p, and then we say that the product will be having the order m into p. So following this rule that the product will have the order m into p, so you see here m is 1 and p is 2, so order of the product will be 1 by 2. You see the first line there. In the first line we have mentioned here the rule. First matrix order m cross n, second matrix order n by p, and then the product will be having the order m by p. So if you follow it over here, this is your m and this is your p. So m into p. See, first of all, the first thing was we checked the rule, number of column in the first must be equal to number of rows in the second. That was satisfied. So we can say that this multiplication is possible. First of all, we have to check that. Now we have to write order of this product. Now how to write the order of the product? P from the first, m from the first, this one, and p from the second. So this is m and this is your p. The order will be m by p. So we have got order of the product as 1 by 2. Okay, after getting the order, now we will draw the sketch for product mn in terms of elements a, I, j. So here we have drawn the mn is having the order 1 by 2. That means there will be 1 row and 2 columns. So here you see we have drawn 1 row like this, 1 row and 2 columns, 1, 2 columns. So you can say we will be having the 2 elements, these 2. So here if you see the position of the first element, it is in the first row, first column. So its order will be 1, 1. For the second element, it is lying in the first row but second column, so its order will be 1, 2. So here you can see we have written product in terms of element a, I, j. Okay, now what the order of the element tells us. The first element is having the order a11. That means you have to multiply first row of m by first column of m. a11. First row of m and then first column of m. Now what the position of the second element tells us? a12. a12 tells us, now this one first number tells us you have to take the first row of m, and 2 tells you have to take second column of n. So here we have taken first row of m. Now this is the first row of m multiplied by first column of m, this. Next we have first row of m, this one, into second column is 1, 2, by the second column. So this is how the element position tells us which of the row and which of the column is to be multiplied. So is this clear? a11 means first column of m and first column of n. What a12 means? First row of m and second column of n. So the first number tells us about the row and the second number of the order tells us about the column. Now we are multiplying the corresponding elements. First element will be multiplied with the first one, second will be multiplied with the second one, and then they will be added. Similarly over here, first multiplied with first one, 1 into 1, second multiplied by second, and then they will be added. The product will be added. So we are adding the product and we are getting the result. This is how we are getting mn. Okay, in the second part, we have to find nm. Okay, so nm, first we are going to write n and then we are going to write m. Because we have to find nm, so now n will be the first matrix and m will be the second matrix with their order. Now, according to the rule, number of column in the first must be equal to number of rows in the second. Now you see, number of column in the first is 2, whereas the number of rows in the second is 1. So we can say number of column is not equal to number of rows in M. So if this rule is not satisfied, then n into m is not possible. So this multiplication is not possible. So you can pause and note down this question. Okay, now in this example number 3, you see they have given us two matrices A and B, and now we have to find A square minus AB plus B square. Now first of all, what does square of a matrix means? Now we have to find A square. Now A square means matrix A multiplied by matrix A, that will give you A square. Just keep this in mind. Square of a matrix means you have to multiply the matrix by itself. Now some of the students, they make the mistake when they are asked to find square of a matrix, they simply square the elements in that matrix. No, that is not the way. A square of a matrix means that matrix will be multiplied by itself using the multiplication rule. Okay, so you can see in the first line we have written, we have to find A square. So we have written A into A is equal to A square. Now whenever we multiply the two matrices, what we do, we give first matrix order the name M by N. The second matrix order is taken as N in by P, and then the product order is M by P. Remember this rule. Whenever we are multiplying the two matrices, the first matrix order will be M into N, second matrix order will be N into P, and the product order will be M into P. So same rule we have applied over here. The first matrix A was having the order 2 cross 2 by 2. Second matrix A, again its order will be 2 by 2. So what will be the order of the product? Now product is always having the order M into P. Now this is your M and this is your P. So A square will be having the order 2 by 2. So we have written order for A as 2 by 2. So A square is 2 by 2 matrix. So here we are writing A square in terms of the elements Aij. So this matrix A square is having 2 rows and 2 columns. So 2 rows 1, 2 rows, 2 columns 1, 2. So that means there will be 1, 2, 3, 4 elements. So order of the first element will be A11, order of this one will be A12, this one will be A21, and this one will be A22. Now what the order of the element shows? See here, what the order of the element shows. Now what A11 means? We are multiplying A by A. Now A11 means you have to take first row from A and then you have to take first column from A. Now it is A into A. So first row from A and then first column from A. So here this is the first row from A, 1, 0, and then we have to take first column 1, 2. Now what does this A12 means? Now A12 means first row, this is first row, 1, 0, from A. Now 2 means second column from A. So this is your first row and this is your second column. In this way, A21 means second row of A. So this is the second row of A21 and first column 1, 2. Then what does A22 means? Second row, second column. So this is second row 2, 1 and this is second column. Now you will multiply the corresponding elements and you will add them. That will give you A square. So you can just check out, we have got A square. So we have got a square s in the first row 1 0 and in the second row 4 1. Okay, after getting a square, now what you will do, you will find AB. Well, same way as here, we are going to find AB. How will you find AB? First you will write A, its order 2 cross 2. Then you will write B, its order 2 cross 2, and that will be equal to the product AB. Like this. Now, what will be the product of AB? What will be the product of AB? Now remember, product of AB will be M. This is your M into P. So product of AB will be M into P. So AB you can get this way. So let's write AB in terms of elements. AB will be like this. 2 rows, 2 columns. A11, A12, A21. This will be matrix AB, that is the product of A and B. We have written it in the form of element Aij. Now we are going to find AB. See how to find AB. Now A11, what will A11 mean? A11 means first row of A. So this is the first row of A. And again it's 1. So first column of B. See, A11 means first row of A and first column of B. Okay, next we have A12. A12 means first row of A, and this 2 means second column from B. So we have written for the first row. Now A21. A21 means second row from A and first column from B. So second row from A and then first column from B. Then what A22 means? Second row from A and second column from B. Now let's multiply the corresponding elements of rows and columns and add their product to get the elements. So here we are multiplying the corresponding element, first element with the first one. So that will give you 1 into 2 is 2 and then 0. Here 2 into 2, 4 and then minus 1. Here 3 plus 0 and then 6 plus 0. So in this way we will get product AB. So what we are getting, the final result, this is 2, this is 3, this is 3, this is 6. So we have got AB. Okay, after getting a square, then we have got ab. Now we need to find b square. So in the same way, let's find b square. As we have calculated a square, in the same way we will find b square. So to find b square, you are going to write it like this. Just as we have calculated a square, in the same way we will be finding b square. So here I am calculating it for you, b square. So b into b will give you b square. So order of b square, if you take it from here, order of b was 2 cross 2. So this is your m, this is your p. So order will be 2 by 2. So order of b square will be 2 by 2. Okay. So let's find b square. So we can say that b square will be having 2 rows and 2 columns. So you can write it like this: b square is equal to a11, a12, a21. So this we have drawn sketch for b square. It will be containing 4 elements as we did for a square, similarly for b square. Now here a11 means first row of b and then the first column of b, because the first matrix is b and second is also b. So what will be the result here? So first row of b into first column of b. Then we have a12, that is first row of b, second column. And again we have a21 means second row of b into first column. And a22 means second row of b, second column of b. And here we will get the result. 2 into 2 will give you 4 and minus 3. This will give you minus 2 plus 0. This will give you 6 plus 0. This will give you minus 3 plus 0. And now finally you will get b square. So what will be our b square? Let's see. So our b square will be 1, 6, minus 2, minus 3. Just check out how we have solved for a square, then for ab, and finally for b square. So the question says we have to find a square minus ab plus b square. So for that, first of all we got a square, then we got ab, and next we got b square. Now we are going to substitute value of a square, ab and b square in this. and let's see what will be the result. So let us substitute the values. So if you have copied down this much, you can pause and copy down, and now we have to simply substitute these values there to get the final result. Now we will substitute these values. So in the question we were asked to find a square minus ab plus b square. So let us substitute these values. Now how much we got? This we have to find. A square minus ab plus b square. This we are asked to find. So you substitute values for these. Now how much we got? A square. A square we got. Let's see how much we got a square. So a square we got 1 0 4 1. Then it's minus AB. So what we got? AB 2 3 3 6 plus B square. How much we got? B square 1 6 minus 2 minus 3. So we have substituted these values over here, and now let us solve and see what will be the result. First we are going to subtract this one. So from 1 you are subtracting 2. So 1 minus 2, 0 minus 3, 4 minus 3, 1 minus 6. Plus so now you have to add these two. So minus 1 added with minus 1 will give us 0. Minus 3 added with plus 6 will give us 3. 1 added with minus 2 will give us minus 1. Minus 5 with minus 3. So this will be the final answer. So you can note down this. So in this question we were asked to find a square minus ab plus b square. So first we got a square, and how we got a square? A multiplied by a, using the whole multiplication procedure. Then we got ab, a multiplied by b, and then we got b square, that is b multiplied by b. Okay, now let's see this example number 4. Two matrices A and B have been given to us, and in this question they are saying I2 is representing an identity matrix and AT is representing transpose of A, and we have to find transpose of A multiplied by B plus B multiplied by unit matrix. No, so now you see in this question, the solution what we have to find, it contains transpose of A as well as that expression contains the unit matrix. So first of all we are going to write transpose of A and the unit matrix. Now the unit matrix is given as I2. That means it will be a unit matrix of order 2 by 2. So see here, first of all we are writing transpose of A. Now how do we write the transpose? Now when we have to write the transpose of a matrix, we convert its row into columns, or you can say you convert column into row. One procedure you may apply, either you convert all the rows into columns or you convert columns into rows. So here you see, to find the transpose of A, we are converting rows of A into columns. Now you see, the first row of A is 2, 5. So 2, 5 becomes the first column. See here, row becomes the first column. Now the second row is 1, 3. 1, 3 is the second row, so it becomes the second column. In this way, we have got transpose of A. And the unit matrix I2, it will be a unit matrix of order 2 by 2. So this we have written the unit matrix. In the unit matrix, we know that the diagonal elements are 1. Diagonal elements means A11, A22. So all the diagonal elements will be 1 and the non-diagonal elements will be 0. So we have written first of all transpose of A and the unit matrix. Now we have to find product for transpose of A with B. This one. So transpose of A to be multiplied by B. So the product will be having the order M into P. This M and P. This will be the order. So here we have got order of the product. So order of the product is 2 by 2. Now as the order of product is 2 by 2, so product will be having 2 rows and 2 columns. So it will be written like this: A11, A12 first row, A21, A22. Now you just make this point clear to yourself. What A11 means? A11 means first row of the first into first column of the second. Now what A12 means? Now 1 and 2. So this 1 will represent first row of the transpose and this 2 will represent second column of B. This is your first, this is your second. Similarly, what 2, 1 will represent? A21 will represent second row of the transpose into first column of B. And what A22 will represent? Second row of transpose into second column of B. So here we have written these first row, first column of transpose and B here, and we have multiplied them. The corresponding elements will be multiplied and then added. So 2 multiplied by 4 will give you 8. 1 multiplied by -1, -1. Here also corresponding elements will be multiplied. 2 into -2 will give you -4. 1 into 3 will give you 3, and so on. So we got this product transpose of A into B. Similarly, we are getting BI. We are getting B into I. So here B into I. So the order of BI will be 2 by 2. As you can see here, this will be your M. This will be your M, this will be your P. So the order of the product will be M into P. So we have written order of product 2 cross 2 by 2. So BI will be a matrix of order 2 rows. BI will be a matrix of 2 rows and 2 columns. So A11, A12 and this. So here B is the first matrix and I is the second matrix. So what A11 means? A11 will mean first row from B and first column from I. This is BI. So first row from B and first column from I. Now what A12 will mean? A12 will mean first row of B and second column of I. Second column of I. What A21 will mean? A21 will mean second row of B and first column of I. What A22 will mean? Second row of B and second column of I. And then we have multiplied it and got the result BI. Now the question says you have to find sum of these two. So we are adding these two. So on adding these two, we are getting this result. So you can go through the solution once again. You just learned this thing. Just remember what this means. Now the first number means from row from the first, and the second number means column from the second. Wherever it's written like this, ij. So here first number means first number means row from the first, and the second number means column from the second. So this you have to keep in mind. And every time you need not to write all this. It's up to you. If you want, just to make sure that there is no error in the calculation, we are writing this. Otherwise you could have just written this and then done it orally like this. No need to write this step. That you can then do orally from here only. This is A11 means first row of the first matrix and the first column of the second matrix. You can directly write this. But just to make sure that there is no error, we write it like this. Once you get the perfection, then you can do it directly. So you can just go through this question. Now see, in this example number 5, a matrix equation is given to us, and in this matrix equation on the left side there is a product of two matrices to be done. So let us first of all find the product of these two matrices. Okay, as we can see, the first matrix is having the order 2 cross 2, and the second matrix is also having the order 2 cross 2. So that means the product of these two matrices will be of the order 2 cross 2. It's clear? So on the left side, the two matrices having the order 2 cross 2, the second one also having the order of 2 cross 2. So that means the product will be of order 2 cross 2. So here we can write that product of these two matrices will be a matrix obtained by order 2 cross 2, this. So product of these two matrices will be a matrix of order 2 cross 2. And then we have the matrix which is to be calculated, 2A is equal to So once again, let me make you one point clear, that in this matrix equation on the left side there was product of two matrices with the order 2 by 2 and 2 by 2. So here in this you can say this is your P and this is your M and this is your P. And we know that the product is always of the order M into P. So that means product will be of the order 2 by 2. That's why we have taken the product here of order 2 by 2. 2 rows and 2 columns. So the product of these two is here. And then plus 2A is equal to this. Now let us find this. Now I told you what A11 represents. A11 represents multiplication of first row from the first matrix and first column from the second matrix. So here A11 means first row from the first matrix and first column from the second matrix. So it will be like this: 3, 7 and multiplied by 0, 5. Now what A12 means? A12 means first row of the first matrix and second column of the second matrix. A12. A12 means first row of the first matrix and then second column of the second matrix. So thus we have got the first row, A11 and A12. Is this clear? Now A21. Now what will be A21? A21 means second row from the first matrix. Second row from the first matrix, and this 1 means first column from the second matrix. Now remember, in the arrangement of the elements, the two numbers, they indicate which row and which column. Now here A22 means second row from the first one, second row from the first one, and second column from the second. Okay. Is this clear? Now let's multiply and get this matrix. So when you multiply this one, 3 into 0 is 0, 7 into 5 is 35, 0 plus 35. For this one, first element with first, second with second. Then this one, and now this one, so we have got the result up to here. You see, is this much clear? Okay, now the next we have, now this matrix becomes 35, this becomes 27, so we have got this result now. Now we have to get value for the matrix A. Now for that, what you will do, you will be transferring this matrix to this side, on the right side, because you have to get the matrix A. So for that, first of all, we have to make matrix A as a subject, and then we have to do the calculation. So to make matrix A as subject, what you will do, you will transfer the term, you will transfer the matrix on the left side to the right side, and here you can say this will be written like this. Now this will be transferred to that side, so 2A is equal to now this matrix will be transferred to this side, it will become minus. just the simple rule as we apply in the calculations for linear equations. The same way we have transferred one of the matrix to the right side, so we have to change the sign. Okay, now let us subtract this one. Now when you subtract it, 1 minus 35 will give you minus 34. Then minus 5 minus 27 will give you minus 32. Then minus 4 minus 20 will give you minus 24. 6 minus 16 will give you minus 10. So this is the result for 2a. So what will be a? A is equal to, this 2 will go that side, become half of minus 34. So what will be a over here? You will multiply each element by half. So when you multiply each element by half, so let's see what will be the result. This will be the answer. So this is how we are going to do the calculation. So once again you can see in this matrix equation, on the left side we were to multiply these two matrices and they were of order 2 cross 2 and 2 by 2. So here we know that the product will be always of order m into e. So m is this, e is this. So the product of these two will be of order m into p, that is 2 cross 2. So this will be the product. Plus 2a is equal to this. Now how to get this? A11 means first row of the first and the first column of the second, and so on. So we are going to multiply and get the product. So this is the multiplication here we have done. So finally we get this result. This is the product of these two. This is the product. Plus 2a is equal to whatever was on the right side, 1 minus 5. So here this matrix will be transferred to the right side. It becomes minus. Then we are subtracting these two. So we are getting the result for 2a. So a will be half of this. So today you will be practicing product, how to find the product of the two matrices using the rule that I have explained you in few of the examples. And now I will give you few of the questions for your homework. So you will be trying these questions for your homework. Okay, now students, these are the few questions that I have given you for your homework. So you will do these questions for your homework. So you may copy down these questions. And question number 3. This is 2 and this is m into n. In question number 3. Rest of the question. So you can try these questions for your homework. So till we start with the new class, be touching with your studies and keep practicing these questions. Any doubt, you can ask me on my WhatsApp number